know something from Dr. Anderson a long time ago. If you have it written down, you have a better chance to have something deviate from. And I do have a few comments I want to make. Hope you'll bear with me. President Hargrave and Phyllis, former colleagues, friends, selection committee members, I can't tell you how much this award means to me. I'm really humbled to be selected for this award. I know all of the previous award recipients, and to have my name added to that list was really unimaginable to me. I would never have dreamt it. Mrs. Nims was my Comp 1 teacher. Dr. Danley was my Calculus 1 and 2 teacher. I can still remember walking up the hall to his classroom. It was in the administration building at the east end, the hallway. You go upstairs and go back south. And the first room on the left was Calculus 1 and 2. Phyllis, I still remember some of his stories. They resonated with me. He told one story in particular that focused on how the language of mathematics was so precise. And he said, I always get mad when I go home because there's a sign out in our neighborhood that says, slow children ahead. He said, I'll have you know my children aren't slow. He also talked to us in calculus about what some of the functions did and how you use calculus. And another example that he gave was, if you're with your significant other and you can take a step and get halfway closer each time, how long will it be until you reach her for him? The answer was never, but as he also said, sometimes it doesn't really make any difference, you're close enough. I see other colleagues, Elmer, Jack. It humbles me to be listed with their names. East Central has been blessed with many wonderful faculty that could just as easily have been selected tonight. I know that this list is kind of the cream of the cream, and it was just unbelievable to me that I'm going to be a part of that. I'll cherish this award for the rest of my life. I want to especially thank Dr. Dwayne Anderson. Dwayne hired me. I know he didn't do it. There were a team of people and so on, but thanks to him, I came to work at a place that I only dreamed about working as a kid who came here in the 60s, which, by the way, I have to ask a real quick question. If I say the term rack, Waldo, how many of you know what that means? Okay, good. I know there are a few people around here. I want to gauge how many years you've been around East Central, just so you'll know what that means. Rack Waldo was the man in the student union and the entertainment section that had all the pool tables. Waldo carried the rack. And when I was a student here in the mid-60s, when you wanted to play pool, you'd holler, rack Waldo, and he'd come over and collect a nickel a stick from everybody that was wanting to play, and then he'd rack the balls. That's the only way you could get them put up. And so for several years, my undergraduate years, everybody knew what rack Waldo meant. That was an important part of being at East Central. I also want to take just a moment and recognize some very important guests that came with me to help me celebrate tonight. My wife of 43 years, Christy, is here. We were married over in the chapel here at East Central, so we were students here. I was working on a master's, she was working on a bachelor's degree. My daughter Kenda and her husband Brian Potts. My granddaughters Macy and Mackenzie Potts are here with me. I want to recognize my sister Wathena Winters. Many of you know Wathena from around the community for many years. Close friends Joy Wellington. I suspect many of you here in Ada know Joy. And another good friend for us, Caden Croom. Y'all know if you tip my family. Lastly, I want to recognize my dad. Dwayne mentioned he understood a little more. Dad, you taught us the value of hard work, honesty, integrity, and service. I want everybody here to know that my dad is my hero. My dad served in World War II in Germany as a combat medic. He was decorated with the Bronze Star with 12 big clusters of bravery and valor. had, without my family, my friends, my colleagues here over the years, I wouldn't be who I am. The support, the friendship, the guidance found here all of my life. This has been home to me since the early 60s. I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart.